Good morning. We are extremely pleased that you're here. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree? Yes. Yeah. Co-creating at its best. You're knowing what you're wanting? Your lips say yes, but your vibration says, what? So it's been very nice visiting with you. We'd like you to go out into the world. You are more than these bodies. You're coming to know that. And that is a key part of anything that you will happen to get or know as a result of playing with us. You are more than these physical bodies, and we so want you to know that. That larger part of you that existed before you came into this physical body still exists even though you are in this physical body. And that is such an important thing for you to know. It's so good when you know that all of you isn't here in this physical body. But it's really, really good when you know that you can find thoughts and therefore vibrational patterns. If you keep doing it, you call it beliefs. And if you really keep doing it, then it is your knowing. It is such a wonderful thing when you begin to consciously know that you can find vibrational resonance through the power of what you're focusing upon here with your mind today or any day. And that in finding that vibrational resonance, that larger part of you who existed before you came into this physical body, that larger part of you who still exists even though you are now in this physical body, that you have found such resonance with that larger part of you that it is now part of this conversation that you're having with these people you love, or this driving experience that you're having as you're moving down the freeway. When you start tapping in, tuning in, turning on to the wholeness of who you are, not only do you feel wonderful, it feels so good to really include all of you in the conversation. Not only do you feel really, 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 really wonderful now, meaning full of fun, full of clarity, full of sureness, steady, full of that vitality, eagerness for life, that tuned in, tapped in, turned on feeling. It's just the best of all feelings. And when you are here in your physical body, and by virtue of your practiced thought, you are now choosing thoughts that hold no resistance to who you really are. In the absence of that resistance, you allow that full connection. The gap closes between who you're being right here, right now, and who you really are in terms of all that you've become. So you were source energy before you came into this physical body. We're going to do this part fast because you've heard it so many times before. You were source energy before you came into this physical body, and a part of you came into this physical body where you are sifting and sorting through the contrast of your life, and you know what you don't want, you're knowing what you do want, knowing what you don't want, knowing what you do want, sending off rockets of desire. And every time you send off a rocket of desire, you send momentum into your, what we have been calling your vortex of creation. It's a virtual vibrational reality, but it is a reality that exists just the same. It is the vibrational precursor to the things that will come into manifestation for you later on. So this vortex, this spinning vortex, spinning because law of attraction is gathering up all of the cooperative components. It exists as the vibrational version of all that you have become. And your inner being, that larger part of you, every time you know what you don't want, you send off that rocket of what you do want, and that larger part of you evolves to the fullness of that and holds that vibrational frequency so that you can feel your way to it if you want to. So why is that necessary? Because when you're sifting and sorting and knowing what you don't want and therefore knowing what you do want, we love you so much, you know what's coming next. We love you so much. We love you so much, you unfocused freaks. And we love you so much. We love you so much. You launch rockets that you are not a vibrational match to. Because even though for a moment you really knew what you wanted, you mostly know why you don't want the absence of it. And that's the practiced vibration. Even sometimes when you're using words, positive sounding words with that really great smile on your face, the universe is not responding to that. If it were, you'd have it made because you've got that smile you do often. I create my own reality. I can do this. But when you realize that you are offering a vibration and that you are a vibrational being and the law of attraction is responding to your vibration, when you ask for something that you don't have and that I don't have it is the predominant feeling within you, then you're not a vibrational match yet to what you've asked for. So there is a vibrational gap between what? A vibrational gap between where you are and what you want? Yes, we could say that. But it's an even more important vibrational gap. It's a vibrational gap between who you're letting yourself be and who you have actually become. And that's the part that you don't like. Because in that vibrational gap, you experience the glorious evidence of your own emotional guidance system that's letting you know, hey. Well, your emotions vary in hey to hey. But it's that vibrational variance between knowing who you are and really knowing who you are. When you feel negative emotion, it always means that your life has caused you to evolve to a frequency that you are not steadily maintaining. Not yet. You can, but not yet. You can, but it takes some practice. So we're going to talk today about anything that you want to talk about. But the message that we want to wedge in the crack between all of the things that you're wanting to know about is how you can deliberately, effectively, consistently offer vibrational frequencies that resonate with the whole of who you are. We want to talk about the momentum that law of attraction provides. Law of attraction says that which is likened to itself is drawn, which means whatever you're focused upon in any moment in time has a frequency. There's a vibration that is emitting from you. And law of attraction is bringing other things like that to you. So when you focus upon something for as little as 17 seconds, when you cross, we're not kidding you at all, that 17-second mark, another vibration that matches that first one joins it and momentum begins. Hold it for another 17 seconds, more momentum, another 17 seconds, more momentum. And when you cross that 68-second mark, there's enough vibrational momentum happening within you that now, if you're sensitive and alert, you can acknowledge, you can witness the evidence of that momentum. Momentum's an easy thing for you to understand. So you've got your car, you're perched at the top of the hill in San Francisco. You can see the bay down there. If you've been there, it's really exciting the first time you've driven there. So there your car is perched on the top of the hill. You have it in neutral, and your parking brake isn't on. And you think, just for fun, you'd like to see how powerful you are, so you just nudge it from behind just a little bit, and it begins to roll a little bit. Then it begins to just nudge over the hill a little bit, and you realize the potential of what you have done. So before the momentum really gets underway, you step out right in front of your car, and you let it bump up against you, and all is well. But can you imagine what it would be like if you were at the bottom of the hill wanting to stop that momentum? In other words, you get momentum. And we want you to understand that law of attraction is at the basis of all momentum. Because when you offer a frequency, law of attraction will bring another to match it. And it doesn't take much before momentum really gets going. So through life, you've been launching these rockets, and you've created a vortexual version of who you are. Oh, the momentum of that is nearly unspeakable. The momentum of all of the cooperative components that have been gathered vibrationally. Now, you want to call it future manifestation. You want to call it potential. We want to call it nowness. We want to call it isness, because we stand in that vibrational beingness. That vibrational beingness that you've expanded or evolved to. And so, as you are consciously aware of that expansion, we know, our human friends, you don't want to hear about that virtual reality, that vibrational reality, that vortexual reality. You want to sleep with it now. We know. You want the money in the bank. You want to see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, touch it, lick it. We know you do. You want the experience of it. You want the tactile experience, that sensual experience of it manifesting. We know you do. And we want that for you too. But if just for a little while you could acknowledge the existence of this vibrational version, and then you could decide that you're going to find a vibrational frequency that matches it, then you're off and running about deliberately creating your own life experience. When you first start out your day, well, anytime really, but mostly when you first start out your day, it's like you get to choose which disc you get on. In other words, it's all spinning and law of attraction's gathering it up from wherever you are. And if you had an argument with someone last night and you're repeating it in your mind this morning and you're defending, you're justifying, you know that you were right and you know that they are wrong and you're irritated that they are stubborn and you're all geared up really wanting to find a way to express to them with greater clarity what you know so that you can finally convince them of the rightness of what you are offering about, you get a pretty good vortex going there, and that's the vortex that you've chosen. And even though you've asked for all kinds of things up here, you don't have access to them. But you know what? You do have access to all kinds of things that feel like this. Haven't you noticed that when you're ornery, everybody within a 12-mile radius who is ornery jumps on your disc with you? In fact, people who have never been ornery before become ornery just for you. If they even have slight ornery tendencies, you're going to rendezvous with them, you see. You are vibrationally choosing your points of attraction. And law of attraction is matching you up with experiences and people and thoughts and images that are in the same vibrational frequency. And in the same way, you cannot set your radio dial on 101 FM and listen to what's being broadcast on 97 FM. The frequencies have to match up. You cannot be on one frequency and receive something from another frequency. Law of attraction is making sure of that. But you can be aware of what your frequency is, and you can do something about it, and you can do some things in an easier way than you've been attempting. And the reason that we are speaking to you in this way is because we know that through life you've developed patterns of thought, you've developed beliefs, you've developed ways that you look at things. And some of them, a lot of them in fact, serve you very well. And some of them, a lot of them in fact, are not serving you very well. But you're all over the place with them because you have not been evaluating the content of your thought by its vibrational nature, by its point of attraction nature, by its relationship with your vortex nature, by its relationship with who you really are. You have not been evaluating. You've been evaluating it by the loudest squeaking wheel, or by the people who are up closest to you, or by the news media gets the most attention. You've been evaluating it in screwy ways. And we want to help you to understand that once you get hold of your understanding of what your emotions are about, and once you care about the frequency that you are broadcasting, because, you want to claim what you've put into your vortex. You want to claim what you've put there because it is through life that you have created it. It's through life that you have expanded to that. It's through life that you have become that. And it's time for you to experience the fruits of your sifting and sorting experience. It really is. You'll have that experience when you croak. We love that word because it's so disrespectful of death, since there isn't any death. We love it when you croak, because when you croak, you claim that vortex. That's when you find full resonance with all that you've become. We just don't think you should have to croak to claim resonance with all that you've become. We think it's time for you to begin consciously experiencing it now.